Live, local, and talking about the teams that matter to you. This is Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Brought to you by McMahon's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good morning and welcome to Talkin Sports. My name's Jim Shovlin, along with D.C. Hendricks. We are going to be talking local sports of all sorts until, well, the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. Welcome in this morning. Hey, D.C., I'm looking around here.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I mean, this is cause for celebration. This is my second week in a row.
Let's go.
Here.
Let's go.
I just thought
You're doing well.
I was pretty impressed with myself.
I'm pretty impressed. You're moving pretty fast too.
2 weeks in a row, yeah. It's just,
proud of you.
Yeah. The cardiac rehab people let me set my own machines the other day, and I goofed that up. The guy comes over, and I'm on this recumbent bike, and I'm going along, and he goes, "How you doing today, Jim?" And I go, "This is kicking my butt today." And he looks and he goes, "Well, Monday you were on a level 4. Today you're on a level 9. You slowly bump those up
you
from
can't
4 to 4.5 to 5.
Skip quite a bit there.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, no wonder." He goes, "Well, hey, you gotta challenge yourself." I said, "But that much?" He goes, "No." So I made it, with just a little more whining and all that. But yeah, good to be here. Got a great show lined up for you today. We are going to be talking to a participant in the Fort Wayne Senior Games that's run by the Fort Wayne Parks and Recreation Department every June 1st through June 30th. Her name is Donna Moore, and we're going to be talking to her about everything involved with the Senior Games. And, of course, you got to be 50 years old to qualify as a senior to play in the Senior Games. But I've heard that through some of the events, there is quite a bit of let's just call it hardy competition amongst those. And so we're going to talk to her and get the lowdown on the 2026 Senior Games that are taking place around the Fort Wayne area. We'll also talk to Mike Nutter, president of the Fort Wayne Tincaps, in our weekly Tincaps chat. And we'll see. Hey, Tincaps put up 11 runs on the road against Cedar Rapids on Thursday evening, and then did that one better last night with a 12-run outburst in beating Cedar Rapids 12-3. The Fort Wayne Komets, of course, we're going to be talking to Shane Albahrani a little bit later on in the show. We're going to let him sleep just a little bit longer. The Komets beaten in overtime last night by a score of 3-2. However, they were down 2-0 late in the third period, came back, scored 2 to tie, sent it to overtime, and it was just kind of a fluke turnover. And the Komets are now up 3-1 in that best-of-7 series with the Walleye. Oh. Fort Wayne FC takes the pitch tonight. Get this, DC. They're hosting the Indy 11 at Ruoff Mortgage Stadium. That will be at 7:30 p.m. And it was interesting. I was listening to watching the news this morning early, and the weatherman said that there's going to be some rain, spotty, rain until about, 1 or 2 o'clock today, and then maybe some spotty rain tonight, tomorrow, whatever. But he said, don't forget, Ruoff Mortgage Field or Stadium does not allow umbrellas. So he said, take a poncho. But then again, I'm kind of sort of for that, that no umbrellas are allowed, because how many times you bend somewhere and you sit behind somebody?
Yeah, how are you going to see?
At a
big umbrella over their head.
Yeah, this is blocking everybody's views. So,
yeah.
Hey, if you got a poncho and you're heading out there tonight, But yeah, this will be the first time. This is for Hoosier bragging rights tonight. So get on out there and check out the FW Football Club there, the FWFC, and once again 7:30 for that one. How about that Trine softball team? Defending national champs have to come through the losers bracket in the NCAA D3 softball tournament. And they are in a position now, if they can beat the winners bracket team twice, they are defending national champs, which should be really cool. Mm-hmm. But what a program that Trine softball team is. My goodness.
Yeah, Coach Dankelson is just continuing to, turn that into a powerhouse. I was able to interview him before, I think it was the end of last season. So like November.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say, I think you've had him on your podcast.
Yes.
The 260 Dugout podcast. He's been on Talkin Sports as well, through Brandon Pogorski when he was a professor at Trine, and he was your predecessor. Mm-hmm. So he got us Coach Dankelson. So, yeah, great program, great person, and great facilities, too, there. Trine. And Trine just keeps setting the bar higher and higher now, and now with their indoor practice facility and everything, beautiful, beautiful complex. So that's what's going on. And I want to tell you all about something that's, well, near and dear to my heart, has been since 1969, my first year of playing this. Widcat Baseball Registration. Starts next Saturday, May 23rd, at Wildcat sites throughout Fort Wayne for ages 6 through 15. And I started playing Wildcat over at Lakeside. Well, at the time it was the Lakeside Junior High. It's become middle school. But I remember so much about that year and being able to play. I'd been sick before that and wasn't able to play. Begged my parents to play. And, boy, I lived over by Parkview Hospital, not too far from Lakeside, but I'd ride my bike down there, and I'd ride when we didn't have games just to watch other games in the Cat League. It
was a place to hang out.
Oh, yeah. And Mr. John Blod was the director at the time. But, what a great, great program that's been. And you just look at the hierarchy of Wildcat baseball. And in the past, it was Bill Derbyshire and John Grantham, and now it's Dean Dorfler, the president, and what a great leader he is. And speaking of great leaders, and there is Gary Rogers, who is a long-time, administrator of Wildcat baseball as well. Mark Mugg, Mark Coos, just so many people, and I'm probably And then there's this one guy, little bit older guy. Oh, yeah, Jack Masucci.
There it is.
He's still there. And I have the pleasure of being able to go out and do PA for the either the Cat or Kitty All-Star game. Mike Maas and I switch off every year. We do the PA for that. And it's just a lot of fun. And, that's what you volunteer things for.
Absolutely.
And just for the, that in the community. But there's 11 sites this year. Go to, let's see, what is the site for that? Wildcat.us is the, wildcatbaseball.us. I'm sorry. Wildcatbaseball.us. Where you can get all the information on where the sites are. You can go to Wildcat US, Wildcat Baseball. Gosh, there I go again. Wildcat Baseball US, and you can even register online. But you want to make sure you have a hat and a shirt that fit. They ask for a $10 donation for the hat and shirt complete. So $5 a piece, which is, just nominal. What do some kids play for travel ball?
Do we need to go there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's just why
don't you sit down for?
Yeah, we could do an entire episode on just that topic.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Let's just say it's a lot more than $10.
Yeah,
for sure.
I know I've done a lot of fundraising.
Yep.
Bought a lot of fundraiser things from my friends that have been in travel ball, my grandsons in travel balls. So
the whole famous laundry detergent.
I tell you what, we got the laundry beads from Miles, and then we also got 250 trash bags. So we should be good on trash bags. Or if you're running out of trash bags, I can probably give you some. I'm
a product of Wildcat as well. I played at Foster Park.
Okay, yeah. I played there. I played at St. Joe, and some of my best memories. I even played when I was 16 because Tiger League at St. Joe, after I was a 15, I'd still wander down there.
I stopped playing.
It was funny because I didn't live too far from St. Joe.
Start hitting so many bombs, and then at some point you got to, all right.
Believe it or not, I was one of the home run leaders in the city.
Yeah?
Of course, we played on Little League Diamonds when I was in Tiger League, and that's for ages 13 through 15. But, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wildcat is always going to be near and dear to my heart. Because, it's affordable, and it's a chance to play with peers, and meet new friends.
That's right.
For $10 for the whole summer.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you still have your shirt and cap, it's free.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know my daughter played, my son played.
Yep.
And I'd go and watch them, and it was great because I was coaching Little League at the time and president of one of the largest Little Leagues in Indiana. And I would go to those Wildcat games and just sit there in the stands and just sit back, kick back, and enjoy.
And don't even get me started on Mr. Mac Day. That's like the whole.
Oh, that's fun. That's when the All-Star games are. But all the accuracy throw, the relay throws, and hitting off a tee and stuff, and then everybody's name that is a winner gets put in the paper the next day. So, yeah. But Wildcat Baseball does it right. And if you're interested, wildcatbaseball.us. Woo. Yes, indeed. And, of course, DC is on Game Changer as we speak. And if you're into travel ball or just local youth baseball at all, you know exactly what Game Changer is. It's a baseball app that you can track games that, your relative or son or friend of the family is playing while you're not able to be there. And it's awesome. And that's what I've been doing with Leo varsity and junior varsity baseball, where I've been confined to quarters and follow through Game Changer on that and see the exploits and the box scores and everything too. So a lot of fun. We'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to step out. Before we do, I want to tell you about my friends at Culligan. Do you buy bottled water? I guess that's my question. Do you buy bottled water at the store? Because if you do, I've got a potential solution for you. Call Culligan today, 484-8668. That's 484-8668. And ask about the reverse osmosis drinking water system. It's one that you can buy from them or you can rent it. There's a tank that fits right underneath your kitchen sink, and then you'll get what looks like an easy button. You remember the easy button commercials? You push that, and your water at that spigot, your kitchen sink, changes just a little bit. You can tell the difference in the pressure, and that delivers you pristine drinking water, bottled water quality drinking water. It is wonderful. Diane swears by it for cooking or all the water she drinks, and for the pets, of which we have 4 now. So, but they get Culligan reverse osmosis drinking water, and they love it too, and you will. You can buy the system. You can rent the system. And just to see if you like it, hey, give it a try. There's a water in and out of the store, in and out of your car, your vehicle. Hey, give Culligan a call today at 484-8668. That's 484-8668. Give your people Culligan water. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Donna more about the senior games. Stay tuned. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
Grab your clubs and circle the date. WOWO's 5th annual Penny Pitch Golf Outing is set for Thursday, June 25th at Noble Hawk Golf Links. Hey, it's KB here. Join me, Casey Hendrickson from The Burning Truth, and the whole WOWO crew for a day of golf, laughs, and maybe a few questionable swings. Doesn't matter if you're a scratch golfer or just scratching your head, we want you out there. And the best part, your entry supports this year's Penny Pitch charity and includes golf, cart, swag bag, drinks, and a whole lot of food. Register now at WOWO.com.
Do you know what a high school athletic administrator does every day? A lot.
Athletic administrators hire coaches, schedule referees, and organize games. They maintain facilities, purchase equipment, and arrange transportation.
They prepare budgets, secure sponsorships, and oversee school safety. They coordinate volunteers, communicate with parents, and handle public relations, and so much more.
Not only are they educators, but athletic administrators are mentors and marketers, accountants and HR managers, fundraisers, and problem solvers.
They wear so many hats. They have to work long hours to do it all. And we couldn't play high school sports without them.
To every athletic administrator in Indiana, thank you for everything you do to make education-based athletics possible.
We see you, we salute you, and we are thankful for you.
I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Show your appreciation for athletic administrators by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is recognizing their role. This is applauding their work. This is your IHSAA.
Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana is a proud sponsor of Talkin Sports. Goodwill empowers and prepares people for independence through training, personal growth, and work. You help support the Goodwill mission by shopping in any of our 8 stores or shopping the shopgoodwill.com/Fort Wayne site. You can also help by donating any clothing or household items for resale in our stores. Goodwill has been a part of our Fort Wayne community since 1937, helping people with barriers to employment find meaningful work in the community. Go to www.fwgoodwill.org to find out more about Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana.
The light bulb, the airplane, the personal computer. America didn't just invent stuff. We invented the stuff that changed everything. As we count down to America's 250th birthday on July 4th, test your knowledge on American inventions. Think you know which groundbreaking inventions came from the US of A? Take the Made in America Inventions Quiz. Text USA to 45364. That's USA to 45364. It's quick, it's fun, and you might just learn something. America's 250th, celebrating America ingenuity.
Say big on everything at Menards. Add privacy and style to any room with window images, blinds, and shades. We have everything you need for updating your window treatments. We carry vinyl, aluminum, and faux wood blinds, cellular shades, and more. Plus, get them trimmed to width in-store for free. View our entire selection of window treatments today on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer and find all the great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. Along with DC Hendricks, I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts until the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you have a question, comment, suggestion, do so via the Goodwill Industries of Northeast Indiana text line at 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. We'll take a look at it and see if we can't get it on the air for you, especially if you would have any kind of question that revolves around perhaps the senior games, because on the Talkin Sports phone line, well, that is powered by Summit Choice Credit Union, we have Donna Moore. Donna, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Jim.
Okay, let's talk senior games, of which you have been participating in. Of course, you are known as the pickleball queen of Northeast Indiana, correct?
Well, some people call me that, but I don't go by that.
And they probably call you other names when you beat them, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, let's talk senior games. And, of course, these are put on by the Fort Wayne Parks Department, Parks and Rec community. And how long has the senior games been part of Fort Wayne?
This year makes the 47th year.
47 years. And now, okay, as far as when the senior games take place, what are the dates if somebody is interested in some of the many activities that we'll get into in just a moment or two? But what months does this encapsulate?
This is in June of every year. It starts June 1st and runs through June 30th.
Okay, and I understand it. I mean, they have just like anything else, they have an opening ceremony and breakfast, health and wellness fair, and that's early on. That's like June 1st, and that takes place out at the Fort Wayne Parks and Rec Community Center down on Main Street. And
that is correct.
And then they'll close the games as well and have an awards ceremony on July 1st at the culmination. So if someone is interested in becoming part of the senior games, how old do you have to be considered a senior?
You have to be at least 50 years old or older by the date of June 1st, 2026, when the games start.
Okay. And now, and you have been part of this for quite a while, but what are some of the events that people are really responding greatly to?
Okay. So this is just in my opinion only, but some of the ones that I have participated in that seem to be pretty popular is the cornhole. They've got pickleball. Golf is pretty popular. Euchre, believe it or not, is a pretty popular one as well.
Okay. Now, where do they play golf at? And since this is a Fort Wayne Parks and Rec, do they perhaps play it at Foster Park?
They don't. They have some of the events at McMillan. They have the men's golf events there at McMillan. They have the women's at Shove Park. They also have a par 3, which is at Shove Park as well. So it varies. It's the two different parks.
Okay. Now, and Donna, you mentioned just a little bit ago, briefly, just some of the events that they have. How many different events do they have for the 2026 Senior Games?
This year they have 37 different events.
Yikes.
And they're based on age categories, and they vary in the number of participants depending on what event they are.
Now, if I wanted to participate, which I can't this year, but I was thinking about it before events happened to me. But if somebody wants to participate, do they just show up, or is there registration involved?
There is a registration form that is involved, and you must sign up 2 days before the event so that you can get signed up for it. During the month of May, which is prior to the event starting, there's a $2 for each event registration. If you wait to as of June 1st or up until when 2 days before the event that you have an event that you're interested in, then that cost is $4.
Okay, so $2 per event before June, and then $4 if you get really close, and so that's still a bargain. I mean, that's and it's a lot of fun. And how many years have you been participating in this?
This will make my 12th year.
And how many people have you met through this in this community?
Oh, quite a few. You just never know who you're going to run into when you show up at the different games. Some of them I meet from prior sports I've done over the years, like some people from softball, some people from volleyball. So it's always a good time. And then you just meet new friends. And then there's a lot of volunteers that are part of the games as well. And, you just meet new friends. So it's a very social thing here in Fort Wayne.
But it can be very competitive as well, correct?
That is correct. Some people take this game very seriously, their games very seriously.
Of course. Now, you are also on the volunteer committee, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I've done that for several years.
Okay, and of course, are volunteers still needed for this year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So,
and how does somebody, if somebody's listening right now and wants, maybe they can't participate, but they want to come out and just help, or just, be part of this, because that's part of the social aspect as well. How do they get things started?
Well, they probably just want to call the community center. Monday through Friday are their hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30. Or if you have more questions about the games or just interested in more in detail about some of the specific games, their phone number is 427-6460.
Okay. 427-6460 is the number. We're talking this morning with Donna Moore, active participant in the Fort Wayne Parks and Rec Senior Games, and shedding some light upon the senior games that are coming up throughout the month of June with 37 different events. If you can't find an event that you don't want to participate in, I think the problem's you and not them, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, so we talked about the events and the popular ones. What are some of the locations that these events, and I know you already talked about golf, and, Shove Park and McMillan, et cetera. But what are some of the other locations, let's say for pickleball, because pickleball, and I could do a whole other show with you on pickleball and the emergence and how that's just, going gangbusters. But where do they play most of the pickleball events?
The pickleball events this year are all located at the McMillan Park Community Center.
All right. And is that indoor?
Yes, that is indoor.
Okay, that's the old ice rink, correct?
That is correct. And they have 6 courts there at McMillan.
Okay. Now, and pickleball is singles and doubles, so you would, you and a partner could register for that as well. And what other events might have multiple entrants, that form a bit of a team, I guess.
Well, you have the table tennis, you have cornhole, you also have trivia. They have a trivia event that forms with different partners. So those are just a few of them.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So are you getting in shape, getting all ready to go for now? What events do you, Donna Moore, what events do you take part in?
Well, a little bit more than I normally do. This year I'm doing cornhole, pickleball, golf. I'm doing table tennis, doing softball this year. They have a hitting and a throwing. I'm doing axe throwing. So there's a few that I'm doing. Okay.
Well, yeah, you're going to be busy for the month of June, that's for sure. Well, that's awesome.
That's correct. Yeah.
So, well, Donna, I'll tell you what, thank you so much for joining us and give us a little bit of a preview on this outstanding event that perhaps a lot of people that are turning 50 are just realizing that, hey, they qualify for this now, and they could go out and have themselves some fun throughout the month of June. So thank you for joining us, and best of luck in all your events that you're participating in the Fort Wayne Senior Games.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jim. And there's just a great group of people through the Fort Wayne Parks Department that are employed there that do a great job every year. And it's just a real fun social event. And, yes, it is competitive. And thank you for having me today, Jim.
Oh, not a problem. And once again, before we let you go, what is the phone number to call if you have any questions, if a listener is wanting some more information?
That would be 427-6460, and that is the community center on Main Street.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Donna, and we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thanks so much, Jim.
All right.
Bye.
That was Donna Moore. Lost track at about 5 events that she's doing, and then still going on from there. And none of them are anything like euchre or trivia. It's all active stuff. So I'm scared of her already. So anyway, let's go ahead, step out, take a break, and then when we come back, we've got a lot to talk about with Mr. Mike Nutter, president of the Fort Wayne Tincaps. And don't forget, also, if you have a question or comment or something regarding Tincaps baseball, the Goodwill Industries Northeast Indiana text line, always open at 260-447-8500, and we'll get that on the air for you if it's appropriate, obviously. But we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with Mike Nutter. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Ozempic, you redid your jingle?
Thanks for noticing. Catchy, right?
No.
Okay, then. Well, ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic.
There's only one Ozempic.
I told you it was catchy.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Picture this. You're in your car, perhaps heading to a sporting event. Your tire pressure light comes on, your brakes are squeaking, and your dashboard is lit up like Christmas. Where do you go? McMahon's Best One. McMahon's Best One is your one-stop shop for full automotive service and repair. Whether it's a simple oil change or flat repair, to brakes, alignment, engine diagnostics, and more, McMahon's Best One can fix it all. With 8 service centers in Fort Wayne, New Haven, Lima, Ohio, and Bryan, Ohio.
Experience the craftsmanship and creativity of Northeast Indiana's finest builders at the Builders Association of Northeast Indiana Builders Parade, happening May 15th through the 17th from noon until 5 p.m. each day. Presented by Carter Lumber, Homes by JICI, and Home Lumber. This showcase invites you to explore exceptional homes and innovative design trends shaping today's living spaces. Tour stunning properties crafted by Bob Buescher Homes, Four Seasons Design and Remodeling, Kira Coffee Homes, and Star Homes, each offering unique style, quality, and inspiration for your next project. Whether you're dreaming, planning, or simply love great home design, this event is your chance to see the region's best work up close. Tickets are just $10 and available at every featured home. For details, visit buildneindiana.com.
Pet owners and parents know the struggle. Every time dogs or kids go outside, they track mud right back in. If you're tired of scrubbing floors, you need Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that cleans paws and shoes before they ruin your home. Only Muddy Mat features thousands of ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary mats, instantly trapping dirt and water to protect your floors. Put it by every door, under pet bowls, in the kitchen for spills. It even makes a perfect bath mat, and it's 100% machine washable, so cleanup is effortless.
Since getting Muddy Mat, I don't worry about what my dog gets into. His paws are clean the second he steps off.
No more mopping. I love it. Thank you, Muddy Mat.
Right now, get a free medium Muddy Mat with your order of 2 or more mats at buymuddymat.com. This offer is only available at buymuddymat.com. That's buymuddymat.com. Don't wait. Get your free Muddy Mat today at buymuddymat.com.
Now on My Deals Fort Wayne, you can get 3 certificates to Davy's Delicious Bagels for only $15. Specializing in steamed bagel sandwiches unlike anything else in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Davy's Delicious Bagels is a one-of-a-kind experience. They have breakfast sandwiches, sweet bagels, lunch specialties, and of course, more bagels than you could ever imagine. They even have delicious specialty coffees, teas, and more. Every weekend, Davy's will be open late for those midnight munchies. Head over to MyDealsFortWayne.com to purchase your deal.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. Along with DC Hendricks, I'm Jim Shovlin. Thanks for tuning in as we're talking local sports of all sorts until the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. If you have a question, comment, opinion, hey, check us out on the Goodwill Industries Northeast Indiana text line at 260-447-8500. That's 260-447-8500. And I bet if you have a question regarding the Tincaps or the upcoming events of the Tincaps, I bet Mike's already going to talk about it, because this coming homestand against the Dayton Dragons, the affiliate in the Midwest League of the Cincinnati Reds, I'll tell you what, there is a 6-game series packed with things going on. It's hard to imagine that they even have room for baseball games because there's so much going on. Let's go to the Talkin Sports phone line, powered by Summit Choice Credit Union, and talk to Mr. Mike Nutter, president of the Fort Wayne Tincaps. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. I was hoping my phone would still work. We've leveraged all of our money for the promotions for the upcoming week, but it sounds like I still got, back in the day when you had to count minutes, it looks like I still got a few minutes left, so we can chat this morning. Okay, well, good. Let's do that. But, yeah, my gosh, I mean, just looking at the homestand starting, May 19th on Tuesday, Manzana's Lucador is in the Rally Towel giveaway. That's also notoriously family feast night. And then, you've got the 20th and the Puffer Bellies, correct? Wednesday night home games are Puffer Belly nights? That's exactly right. Fans loved it the last time we rolled it out. We're going to do it again. And to get the place rocking, the first 500 kids will get a train whistle, and I would think most parents would have those thrown out the window halfway home on the ride home after the game. No doubt about it. I am not taking grandsons to that game. Or if I do, I'm going to arrive very late. Let's put it that way. But what else is going on this coming homestand that's exciting for the fans? Thursday it'll go right into our first pregame concert of the year. Wizards throwback, Thirsty Thursday. Yes. And fireworks. And then roll it right into Friday. Return of our buddies, the Superstars. They were not with us last year, and fireworks. Saturday night, fireworks. Sunday, we learned a couple years ago, don't try and go up against the Indy 500. I heard the grandstand sold out again this year. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands of people. So Sunday is 6:35, Dino Night and fireworks. So Manzana's Luchadores, Puffer Bellies, 4 straight fireworks. Mix in the Wizards, the Superstars, Dino Night, Thirsty Thursday. It's going to be a blast. Looks like it's warming up. Looks like other than Tuesday, it should be dry all week. A lot of excitement. The boys have put the hurting on the Colonels. We went into Cedar Rapids. They were the hottest team in the league. They did get us the first 2. Our bullpen and some defense let us down a couple of nights in 1-run losses. The last 2 nights they haven't been 1-run. It's been 12-3 and 11-3 good guys the last couple of nights. The power is back, and Cash Mayfield has continued to pitch on a level that we've had superstars. I'm not comparing him to those guys, but I don't remember anybody ever showing up to start their professional career this way. It's absolutely been unbelievable. Yes, indeed. And of course, Mr. McCoy as well. The bat got heated up, and it's still hot. There's no doubt. Minor League Player of the Month in April. And then, like happens in this game, he had a tough series. I think he took an offer in a series after winning that prestigious award. Well, the offer is long gone because the ball is jumping. The homers are back. The doubles are back. To see a guy 6'7", 277, you checked last night's box score, a double, stolen base, and it's like, maybe a back end of a double steal. No, just a straight steal at 277 pounds. He's a freak athlete. It's been cool to see. Last night I got a text from somebody, how long is Mayfield with us? And I said, I understand the question. I don't know, but come out and see him sometime this week. It's pretty neat with the week-long homestands and a 6-game series. Again, assuming he doesn't move, and I have no knowledge of anything one way or the other, he's been our Friday night guy. So as the GM, you love the ace being the Friday night guy, And so
that's a cool thing. Pitching has been good. We were dead and buried, and now we're one game under 500. They've played well. Are we too far back? I don't think so, but again, the Loons are not slowing down either. It's just been nice seeing good competitive ball as the ballpark starts to fill up and we're competing. That's what we ask for. We love the Padres. You can turn on any major league game and see it feels like one of our alum out there, and it's one of those things that, hey, just make sure we're 500 or better so we can be around it at the end of the half or the second half, and that's the way it's trending right now.
Oh, sure, 18 and 19 right now, and, after a bit of a slow start. So, as we said a little bit earlier, things are heating up as well as some of the bats, and yeah, with Mayfield's pitching and McCoy, et cetera, my goodness, they're a lot of fun to watch as well as.
Hey, not everybody can be the Komets and win every night you go out there, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, yeah, they would have liked to have done that last night, but
no doubt.
We'll talk to Shane later about that. But no, it's we got a couple of texts that came in on the Goodwill Industries Northeast Indiana text line, Mike, and one asks about the Savannah Bananas. Any chance to get them to Parkview Field?
Great question, and it's one of the most common ones we get. So the Bananas themselves, no, and let me explain why. The Bananas themselves, their highest team, will not play in anything less than a 30,000 seat capacity.
My God.
Man, times have changed, and good for them. I will say this. They have all the other teams, the Party Animals, the Firefighters, the Indianapolis Clowns. I want to say that Jesse is up to 6 or 8 teams. We were in the mix last year for the first time, and we're in the mix again now for next year. So they play it a full year out. We had to submit an RFP, request for proposal, to them. We worked with Visit Fort Wayne. We've talked to hoteliers. We have a great package together. I don't know if we're going to get it. I know one thing. We're trying to get it. And so my good friend up in West Michigan, Jim Jarecki, one of my 5 best friends in life, they had the Party Animals and the Firefighters last year. They got a 3-game series. It sold out 7,000 or 8,000. It's Banana Ball. It's Banana Ball merchandise. It's absolutely awesome. I want the fans to hear, the person that asked that text, we are trying. Another one to Google. Not quite the same name recognition, but have them check out, or the fan, I'm talking to you directly, go check out Cosmic Baseball. Another cool one. They bring in all black lights to use for the games. To you and me, it looks like glow in the dark. We're a finalist for that one in 2027. We're also a finalist for Major League Baseball's MLB X. When it was last year, it was called Home Run Derby X. Mm-hmm. We had it for this year, but the dates lined up the same weekend we had on hold is the 10-year anniversary of the Cubs beating my beloved Indians. And so we had a deal with MLB, and we had Jake Arrieta coming back. We had Ben Zobrist coming. None of this stuff I've said publicly because we didn't end up getting it, because the one weekend we had on hold for them, they found out they're all going to Wrigley. And so great question about the Bananas. The Bananas themselves, no, but we hope to announce Banana Ball, Party Animals, Firefighters, all the different ones certainly have a chance at Cosmic. We are trying because the ballpark needs these other events to get people to come in.
Mike, and it's interesting, the emergence and maybe a little bit of transformation of the Savannah Bananas under Jesse Cole. I mean, I read his book, Find Your Yellow Tux, several years ago, and he talked about, taking the advertisements off the walls and just the fan was king, and just everything about it just was almost 180 degrees from conventional baseball, but then it morphed into something even more, but it was something that the general population craved, and that was fun at the ballpark. And as Besser can attest to that, from this area, from the South Adams area. But my goodness, Jesse Cole seems to be just a little bit ahead of his time in just about everything he and his wife do.
I couldn't agree more. Everything from the philanthropy with foster children, so when they come to your ballpark, Their 501c3 is called Bananas Foster. Again, who doesn't love that dessert? But, I mean, he's just so good with marketing. One of the reasons that we'd like to get it, obviously, to have all these people that might drive a couple hours that have never been to our ballpark to get them to come out. But we're not above feeling like we can still learn every day. And I don't mean that just as a cliche. So get them out. No, our players are probably not going to dance on the mound in a fully professional game and things like that. But what are 10 things that Tony Desplaines and Michael Limmer and Morgan Olson and me and all of us can learn from their marketing, from their music, from the game ops? No, we can't do all the craziness of pro ball. And I've had people, that's too much. I'd love it to be too much for 3 or 4 days a year at Parkview Field. And so we feel like we could learn a lot from them with their game presentation and their operations. I agree totally. I mean, years ago, the minor leagues were the only ones with the advertising on the wall. Look at a major league game now.
Right.
Again, you know, I had a fan ask me the other day, it was a fair question, I'll try and keep it brief, on LinkedIn. Hey, we were there and we got our picture with Johnny. And he said, you know, years ago there wasn't a sponsor picture there. There wasn't a sponsor name when you did a picture with Johnny. And I respectfully, I'm never defensive with this stuff. I said, I understand the question. I said, first off, you could probably get your picture with Johnny at 200 places around the ballpark. But when he does his meet and greet, yeah, it's in front of a sponsored thing. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is we want to keep the tickets $9.
Yeah.
And the person came back and they said, no, we understand. Like, it was great dialogue. So your question there, I might have gotten a little long-winded, but your question there about the bananas, we want them, we're trying, and I hope 2027 is the year that we can tell people we got them coming to this award-winning ballpark.
That would be awesome. And talking about, all the ads on the Major League walls and in the stadiums, hey, look at the sleeves of the Major League jerseys.
Yeah, and I heard the other day, I don't know anything, but I heard the other day a guy said, hey, I think the sleeves are coming to you guys this year. And I said, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I thought you said this year because all the uniforms are done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll let you know. And so, that could be happening here. And again, like we said, it's changed. Major League ticket prices are pretty high in some parks. We're close enough to Cincy and Detroit, the White Sox, Cleveland, where you can find some great prices. We've just tried to hold that line for the fans, whether it be concessions. You talked before about Family Feast, or parking hasn't gone up. I think parking's gone up once in 8 years, and we're just trying to hold the line wherever we can.
Mike, thank you so much, and we will talk to you next Saturday right in the midst of that homestand with the Dayton Dragons.
I can't wait. Thanks so much, my friend. Have a great week.
Thanks, Mike. That was Mike Nutter, president of the Fort Wayne Tincaps, in our weekly Tincaps chat. We're going to go to break. Come back with Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. We'll do that when we return. You're listening to Talkin Sports on 1380 The Fan, 100.9 FM.
America 250 is more than a milestone. It's a celebration of the moments, the memories, and the matchups that shaped a nation. From the earliest days of competition to today's biggest stages, sports have always been a part of the American story. When America celebrates, we all play a part. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM, Fort Wayne Sports Station. Happy birthday, America.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's the laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local grocer and pick up your favorite flavor today.
Have you looked at your auto or homeowner's insurance rate lately? Think it's about time to get a competitive quote? Call the Wise Insurance Agency today at 260-747-5373. Located at 7410 Bluffton Road, Wise Insurance is a local company that's been in business for 25 years. Being an independent agent working with over 15 A-plus rated carriers allows Coach Ron Wise to assess your needs and determine the best option for you to give you maximum coverage with the most affordable premiums. The Wise Insurance Agency also offers motorcycle, RV, and watercraft insurance, as well as renter's insurance, flood, and umbrella policies. Multi-policy discounts are also available, and make sure to ask Ron about the good student discount up to 20%. Let Coach Wise show you the fundamentals of getting the right insurance. Don't put it off. Contact Coach Ron and the Wise Insurance Agency team today at 260-747-5373 or find them online at thewiseinsuranceagency.com.
Experience the craftsmanship and creativity of Northeast Indiana's finest builders at the Builders Association of Northeast Indiana Builders Parade, happening May 15th through the 17th from noon until 5 p.m. each day. Presented by Carter Lumber, Homes by JICI, and Home Lumber. This showcase invites you to explore exceptional homes and innovative design trends shaping today's living spaces. Tour stunning properties crafted by Bob Buescher Homes, Four Seasons Design and Remodeling, Kira Coffee Homes, and Star Homes, each offering unique style, quality, and inspiration for your next project. Whether you're dreaming, planning, or simply love great home design, this event is your chance to see the region's best work up close. Tickets are just $10 and available at every featured home. For details, visit buildneindiana.com.
Your business depends on your trailer. Buy direct where the trailers are made. I-69 Trailer Center carries SureTrack Pro Series trailers, perfect to haul anything up to 17,000 pounds payload. At I-69 Trailer Center, we carry dump trailers, car haulers, trailers for hauling machinery, and contractor trailers. We will service your trailer to keep your business on the road. Made here, serviced here, sold here in Markle, right under the water tower. Just like the name says, I-69 Trailer Center.
Your team isn't just a team, it's your identity. So why settle for jerseys that look like everyone else's? At Pulled & Pressed in Garrett, we specialize in custom printed team jerseys that actually stand out. Designed for your players, your fans, your season.
Hi, this is Nick, owner of Pulled & Pressed. I work with local teams, schools, and leagues to create high-quality jerseys with fast turnaround and attention to detail you won't get online.
From design to delivery, Pulled & Pressed makes it easy. Get your team game ready. Visit our warehouse in Garrett or PulledandPressed.com to get your apparel started today.
Now back to Talkin Sports with Jim Shovlin on Fort Wayne Sports Station, 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Talkin Sports. Excuse me. Along with DC Hendricks, I'm Jim Shovlin. Let's go right to the Talkin Sports phone line, powered by Summit Choice Credit Union. Because on that, waiting patiently, is Comet play-by-play announcer, Mr. Shane Albahrani. Shane was able to catch the third period last night after my grandson's baseball game. And, wow, what an effort to come off the mat, 2-0, tie it up, go to overtime. And typical Toledo-Fort Wayne game. These guys are so evenly matched. But let's close it out maybe tonight.
Yeah, thinking this was going to be a sweep was pretty wishful thinking from the get-go. It would have been nice for me, selfish reasons. I didn't want to have to go back to Toledo today, but it is what it is.
So you came home?
Yeah, I came home and going to have to hop back in the car and drive over again today. But no, it was a great game last night. It was, again, we were hopeful for a sweep, but Toledo, you never want, no one wants to be swept. Everyone wants to go down fighting. So, and Toledo did, and the Komets had some chances. It was a rough and tumble game. It was a playoff game. It was an elimination game. So, I thought the officials did a good job of calling what they had to call. Both teams had ample power plays, and the Komets didn't score on theirs. They had 6 power plays, didn't score, so right there. And Toledo had 1 power play goal, and they scored one with 7 seconds left in the first period. So it's just that's one of those games where, just one extra play and you get the win. And we didn't make it last night, and they did. So, sometimes you just got to, look at yourself and say, we just got to be better tonight.
Well, and it seems like this year's team, and especially now in the playoffs, is so deep and people making contributions. And guys that I'm enjoying watching are Bloom, Brown, and, of course, Mr. Stonehouse. Oh, my goodness. Did he or did he not challenge the entire Toledo bench the other night in Fort Wayne?
I know Brady Stonehouse has done that. I think William Dufour has done that. I think a couple other guys, there's no intimidation factor, obviously. The Komets were Central Division champs, so I think, they've lost a little bit of that aura, that Toledo has, but they still have it in that building. And, some of the Huntington Center magic last night, I thought, because the crowd, really pumped them up, lifted them up, and, and I think, in a normal, if we had played that game at the Coliseum last night, it would have been a different story, because I really think that the crowd really did play in and it became that extra man. And they're going to do it again tonight. So, Komets have got to be ready. They're going to want to keep this thing going and send it to a Game 6. That's what Bloomington did against them. Toledo won the first 3 games there of that opening series, and Bloomington won the next 2. So, we got to be on the ball here. And I think last night, we really missed Jalen Schmerich. That was the first time, I think, since he went out of the lineup with an injury and late in game 1 that we really missed him, because we had so many power plays, and he's such a force quarterbacking the power play. Matthew Brown was back there on the point all night, a place where he's not normally playing. So I think, if Jalen was able to give it a go last night, I also think it would have been different. But you know what, the injuries happen, and we got to do what we can. But 5-on-5, again, I thought the Komets were the superior team. We just didn't get the extra goal there.
Yeah, and in fact, you already answered the question I was going to ask next, was how has the K's defense altered with Jalen Schmerich not in the lineup, because he's been such a mainstay and such a contributor, not only on the power play, but 5-on-5 too.
Yeah, Jalen, he's a calming force out there. He's an experienced guy. He's one of the best distributors in the league, so when you see us unable to kind of get through the neutral zone or enter the offensive zone, Jalen's the one who's making those passes and getting it through the layers. And we really miss him on the power play. He's one of the best guys in the league, working the power play. So that's where he's missed. Not sure what his status is. I'm doubtful he'll play tonight. But if it goes 6, I would expect Jalen Schmerich to probably be back in there. Yeah,
well, and how was the Fort Wayne contingent in the Huntington Center last night?
You know what? It was a tense night. A lot of Komet fans came out. Walleye fans were jacked up. It was Fort Wayne, Toledo. It's the same way it's been since 1952. I had an altercation with an opposing fan during the game. That doesn't happen very often, but that shows you how tense it was when they're going after the broadcaster.
Just your third confrontation in several decades of broadcasting. So, I saw that. I was going to save that for last, but Did you rip your shirt off and say, you want some of this? Huh?
No, I did not. I didn't want to be that guy, but
you didn't want to be like you were on the baseball diamond, huh?
Yeah, right. I didn't go out swinging. No, it was fine. You kind of calm people down because they're all super charged up because it is an exciting game and you're facing elimination. It's like, I get it. So this person would later apologize and all was good. And I actually can't wait to talk to him tonight.
There we go. Okay, Komets tonight in Toledo. And I hate to say this, but if Toledo prevails tonight, then the next game is Tuesday at the Coliseum?
Tuesday at the Coliseum. Let's try to avoid that. But, hey, It's not going to be easy. So, we didn't think, I think we're all shocked that it was 3-0 going into last night's game, and now it's 3-1, and we're still shocked that we're up, by 2 games. So, it's not going to be easy, but again, I think the Komets are the better team. I think Toledo, they knew that they could play better, and they did last night. But I think the Komets just need to come out firing. We need to get a couple. Be okay.
All right. Well, Shane, thank you so much for joining us on Short Sleep, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right, buddy.
All right. That was Shane Albahrani, play-by-play voice of your Fort Wayne Komets. That's going to do it for Talkin Sports. Thanks so much to Donna Moore to talk on Talkin Sports about the senior games. Thanks to Mike Nutter, president of Fort Wayne Tincaps, for joining us, and Shane Albahrani of the Fort Wayne Komets. And thanks to you, the listener. Of course, as always, thanks to D.C. Hendricks for keeping it all smooth. We appreciate that. So until next week, have a great week, everybody.
Podcasts by Federated Media.